Hello world, Porto Dev here. Now I know at this point I've made numerous videos on the brand new HP Omen 15, and if you're looking for a full in-depth review, I invite you to take a look in the video description down below. I'll be putting a link to my full review video there for you to watch after this. Today what I'm going to do is do my best to address a few of the recurring questions that I've been seeing over the past few weeks, while also giving you a good idea of how the laptop has fared with semi-long-term ownership. So everything that I went over in the review has pretty much stayed about the same. Battery life has been superb. It has been a killer workhorse, powering through daily 8 to 10 hour work days, which frequently span a variety of tasks, including video editing, compiling, virtualization, and more. I continue on a daily basis to appreciate the sleek, minimalistic design the HP has given us here, while also thoroughly appreciating the good quality screen and thermals. Now, as a daily user, there definitely have been a few things that have popped up over time that I definitely think are worth mentioning. Now, if you are a user that likes to sit up straight and close to their laptop while working, and you have the average arm span length that whatever I have, you're going to find that if you position your arms in diagonal positions where you're typing and your arms definitely aren't straight, you're going to find severe discomfort in the sharp, pointy edges that HP has left on the front of the chassis, on the bottom left and right corners of the keyboard deck. I have frequently found myself very uncomfortable having to readjust positions trying to get around this edge, and as I am an all-day typist, I have found that this has led to a bit of ergonomic discomfort throughout the day. Some lasting, discomfort definitely in my wrists, and the only way around that really is to adjust your sitting position, or maybe using the laptop plugged into an external monitor and a keyboard, which I have done at some points. Basically, what I'm getting at is for users like myself, which are on the computer typing pretty much all day, this laptop may not be the best choice for that. If you're a fairly light user, gaming or typing on the laptop for just a few hours each session, then you're probably going to be fine. But one thing that I have noticed over the months since posting my full review is that there continues to be weekly, if not even daily, commenters reaching out to me still with lingering concerns about the device's build quality and how it will fare in long-term ownership. Now, I've already done a video on Dustgate, and if you're interested in that, I definitely invite you to take a look at the video description down below. I will be placing links to that video if you're looking for all the use cases where the laptop does and doesn't bend. Now, a few weeks ago, I posted some close-up pictures of the HP Omen 15 to show my followers on social media that the HP Omen 15 was faring fairly well over time. I wasn't seeing any changes to the shape or form factor of the body. This whole Dustgate issue has continued to be, luckily, a non-issue for me. And one of the more recent concerns to crop up on a weekly basis is how the HP Omen 15 fares in terms of dust over time. So one of the pros and cons, a double-edged sword, if you will, is with the HP Omen 15. Is how great the thermals are because of how open the bottom of the chassis is. Nicknamed the Griller laptop for its resemblance to some type of grill or barbecue, but it is so far the most open chassis design that I have seen to date. The thermals continue to amaze me. But this concern about how that will translate into dust management over time. So here's some footage that I took inside of my HP Omen 15, showing some of the debris and various things that I found inside of my laptop after using it for about 3 months. And keep in mind, I don't have any pets at home. I live in a fairly average 1-bedroom apartment with carpet, but it is a type of low-profile carpet that's supposed to contribute to a lower amount of dust particles in the environment. I have HEPA air cleaners in every room, and I have a robot vacuum cleaner that vacuums for me on a weekly and sometimes even daily basis. So I do my best to keep a fairly low dust environment. Now, definitely that's something very important to keep in mind if you live with a lot of pets, or if you have lots of hair or fur in your environment. If you are definitely concerned, maybe you have older carpet that's more the classic type of shaggy look somewhere, definitely this could be a concern for you. This is my first time ever opening a laptop and finding my own hair inside of it. That has never happened before, ever, with any laptop. So that was definitely a surprise for me. In terms of dust, there was definitely dust debris. You could see little specks throughout the entire inside of the chassis. But one thing to pay attention to is the two fans over the CPU and GPU. They were relatively dust-free. So whatever way they're operating vibrating and spinning and the direction of airflow and the amount of force that it has, it's doing a good job of keeping the fans fairly dust-free. But over time, really long-term ownership, if you keep this laptop for multiple years, I'm probably going to recommend opening it on a regular basis, maybe once every few months to just, blow some air in there, dust it out or something. Definitely recommended. And I think that's a good recommendation for all laptop owners. But for a laptop like this, it would probably definitely much more lean towards the required side as opposed to just, being recommended. I personally haven't been observing any degradation in thermal performance at all over the past few months. So, getting this light bit of debris and dust in there hasn't affected my performance or my user experience in any way. However, I have to admit, I would be concerned if I have, like I said, pets, and if I'm going to use this laptop for a very long time, build up over 1 to 3 years. Absolutely, I would be concerned. So yes, I would say for this laptop, you're definitely going to want to open it up. It just has 2 rows of screws, and then you can start popping it off from one side just with a simple pry tool, and then pretty much it just pops off. So it's very easy to get into. You don't have to worry too much about breaking anything opening it up. Definitely one of the easier laptops that I've opened up in the recent past. So I hope this video gave you a good idea about, my semi-long-term ownership of the HP Omen 15. I am still loving it and daily driving it for my productivity workflow. I continue to love and enjoy the good speakers and screen quality, excellent thermals when I'm doing multi-core workloads, and the superb battery life with the 70-watt-hour battery gives me a level of mobility that other gaming laptops haven't given me in a while. So I hope this video helped out in mitigating some of your fears in terms of being an owner for this laptop. I definitely don't think it's a serious design flaw that makes the laptop, not worth buying and trying out, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. And if you already purchased the laptop and you've been struggling with this problem, there are DIY solutions out there. I've done some searching on Amazon and other websites. You can buy dust filters, these basically just sheets of mesh. I would just be very careful to make sure you're not crossing that line of impeding airflow. You're just placing a little bit extra material perhaps on the middle portion of the grill that's exposed and letting debris inside. You definitely want to make sure you're not putting anything over and obscuring the actual fans that are intakes, bringing air into the chassis. If you're interested in seeing a video on how to do that, if you maybe want to see me give it a go, drop a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know that you're interested in seeing a video where I put a custom dust filter on here, and I'll do my best to make that for you, but only if I see enough interest in it. Alright, so I still give a all-around thumbs up and recommendation of the HP Omen 15. Definitely don't be afraid to try it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you're considering buying it, take a look in the description down below. You'll want to watch my full review before picking it up to see more in-depth details in terms of performance, thermals, and what it's like to be a daily user. Alright, so that about does it for today's video. Please drop a like on this video if it helped you out. Subscribe to support future content, and definitely be sure to take a look in the video description down below for links to all the videos that I mentioned in today's video, as well as my social media handles and my Discord server. As always, thanks for watching. Dev out.